Welcome to +1, a series where each month I look at the free games on PlayStation Plus and tell you if they're worth the download. After all, the games may be free, but your time is valuable. Today we're closing off the year with Forma.8, a Metroidvania-styled game made by Italian developer Mixed Bag. Released on PSN earlier this year, Forma.8 puts you in control of a little exploration robot whose name is, well, forma.8. In the usual Metroidvania style, the game gives you practically nothing to start with, except for the robot's ability to fly wherever it wishes with the left stick. As the game progresses though, you'll obtain new abilities that may give you access to blocked paths in earlier areas. In the typical Metroidvania, this would mean backtracking from one area to another, but in Forma.8, it mostly gives you access to other parts of the same sectioned off areas. Can't open a door? You need a key. Where's the key? Behind that rubble. How do I get past that rubble? Oh hey, there's a bomb ability tucked a few rooms away. Rinse and repeat. It's a tried and true formula, and I can't say it's used poorly here. What is poor though is the enemy design. Most of the enemies you'll see for the first chunk of the game are these red corrupted robots that just jump around. These guys aren't too bad to handle, just use your little blast attack on them twice and they'll die, giving you energy to replenish your health, or battery, or whatever that is. Any enemy after this kind is just meant to mess with you though. From a kind that shoot lava balls at you, to a spider that you need to bounce your bomb into, to these guys that lurch out at you, they're all just annoying. Bouncing a bomb with your shockwave isn't exactly precise when you can't aim it, you just need to get behind it and hope you angled right. Dodging lava isn't hard, but almost immediately they're throwing 2 or 3 of these guys at you just to give you some semblance of difficulty, so on and so forth. I just didn't have the patience to deal with them, especially since death sends you right back to the start of the room that you're in, and some rooms get a little bit long. Plus, you can just get stuck and be forced to reset, so that's fun. Sprinkled throughout levels are some big orbs that provide a health upgrade for every 3 you collect, the necessary keys to progress, and these washer-looking things that seem to just be a token collectible. In my playtime, I didn't find any optional abilities or anything that would justify exploring, which is disappointing. Plus, with all the alternate paths the game sends you down, you're probably going to have to scour just to find the correct way forward. It's not exactly what I would call good design. As far as the presentation goes, I can dig it. The deep black and overall darker color palette really helps trigger that feeling of isolation, which works well enough. What doesn't do it for me is the music, or lack thereof. Some sections have music, but only maybe 10 seconds of it, and then the rest of the time is just silence or game noise. I could feel the game draining my energy after about half an hour, and that's a shame to say because I wasn't not having fun, the fun was just mixed in with a hell of a lot of boring. At only a gig in size, it's not a big game, but it's also not going to be a long one, probably only taking you a day or 2 to beat. There is a platinum trophy for you trophy hunters, and from what I can see, it wouldn't take super long for you to get as long as you're thorough when playing. However, I can only really recommend this game for the most die-hard of Metroidvania fans out there, and even then, I feel there's a better choice on PS4. That game is Song of the Deep, which was actually one of my favorite games from last year. Forma.8 gave me some big flashbacks to Song of the Deep due to the control scheme and the early level design, but the experience just pales in comparison to me. If you have the choice between paying $10 for Forma.8 and $15 for Song of the Deep, go with the latter for sure. And speaking of my favorite games from last year, in a couple weeks I'll be listing my top 10 games of this year, so make sure you're subscribed so you can catch that when it comes out. If you're looking for more awesome PlayStation content right now, check out part 1 of my retrospective on PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, where I dive in and try to find out if the game was really the failure that it's made out to be.